Well, I'm here to answer any questions since we don't have anybody to play this week. I'm sure we're going to win on this Saturday.
What did you do last weekend? Did you take the?
We took Saturday and Sunday off, so I sat around and watched football games all weekend. It's kind of fun to watch because guess what? Other people have the same kind of issues we have.
Did you see the Penn State game?
I did see the Penn State game. The Kickers lost that one too, didn't they?
Were the coaches recruiting out over the on Friday? I guess.
No, since we have a bye week, they'll go out this Friday and Saturday. They had Saturday and Sunday off this last week.
So,
as frustrating as 3 games in 13 days is, you get a longer rest for this bye week than you would have otherwise if you played Saturday. Would you like that or not?
Well, I have nothing to say about it. So you look at the positives. Positives will be that we'll get a lot of guys healthy that are kind of beat up and that sort of thing. And it's right in the middle of the season, which is nice. When you have that much time off, you're always concerned about the negative. Is you're always concerned about rust setting in because we'll practice this week. Now it'll be mostly us against us. We won't put game plan stuff in until next week because you can overdo that. You'll get stale if you put the game plan in this week. So it all depends on their attitude about how hard they practice this week. By staying in shape and working on fundamentals, it'll all be about their attitude about what they think about practice this week.
And when you guys come back for the next game, do you know who your kicker will be?
No,
Controversy on this team.
I would say there's a kicker controversy, if that's what you want to call it. We don't have a good kicker right now. We can say that too. So the two of them are going to compete to see who gets the kick in the next game.
Coach, how's your team like? Is there any worry at all that now that you give them a break, that when they come back they might be a little rusty? What do you expect from them when they come back? Should they be focused?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they are at practice tomorrow. I think the critical part of the rest of our season is that they practice with the same intensity as if it was game week. And it's actually easier to practice since we're not putting a game plan in. It's just our offense against our defense, and they can get as enthusiastic about that as they want to be. Now, if they're not enthusiastic about that, I would say you get rusty, yes.
Does that mean there won't be any like skill teamwork this week? In terms of
There'll be very little scout teamwork this week. It'll be mostly us against us.
any injury updates? Chase Bryce, how's he feeling? Do you expect him to be back and ready to go next week?
I expect him to. He's going to practice more and more. I expect him to be back by next week.
And with Lockett, after that game, did you guys test him at all just to see if everything was okay with him? Just with the concussion he had, did you like check up on him afterwards, just in case?
Well, I don't think it was a concussion. Who would you ask about?
Connell Lock.
Oh, Lockett. I mean, he was fine. He played the whole game. Yeah, I thought you were asking about somebody else. He didn't have any reoccurrence, if that's what you mean.
Coach, are you guys pretty healthy right now? I mean, besides Price, who's still coming back, and Feely's out for the season, anyone else that you guys are waiting to see if will be good for the next game?
Chase Price is the only one that didn't play. Now, we have some guys that are really have played a lot of football and are beat up and sore and all those kind of things. But that's what's good about this time off. They should be healthier by the time we play next. Get some of their freshness back, their legs back. Hopefully their enthusiasm will increase as the second half of the season starts. Not much news, is there?
What do you think is the biggest, I guess, question mark for your team for the next half of the season? Just in your mind, like, is there a specific position group that you think needs to get a whole lot better, like coming back?
No, I mean we're fighting the same thing we fought at the start of the season, so that must be the personality of this team. We're inconsistent. At times we look pretty darn good, and then other times we don't look like we even practice. So that just must be this team's personality. and hopefully we'll play good enough to win some more games.
Could the same thing be said about the Chargers?
I don't know what their problem is. I mean, everybody that's not undefeated has a problem. Or if you don't think you have a problem, someone will tell you you do.
So that, I guess the inconsistency, you're at the point where you're saying it's sort of the makeup of this team, and it's.
I think it's the personality of this team. I mean, we've been practicing since August the 10th or something, and you keep expecting things to change, and they haven't changed a bit since that time. So I would guess that's the personality of this team. Part of the game we're going to look really, really good, and some parts of the game we're not going to look very good. And hopefully we look good enough, long enough to win a game or two in the second half of the season. Yeah, I don't think the personality of the team's going to change now. It's kind of set in stone.